Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It's about 1 o'clock on Thursday, and my name is Laura Milligan. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. My business is called I'd Rather Be Stampin', and I'm grateful that you are joining me today. I started doing this Facebook Live Take Two several weeks ago, and it was just a way for me to share some more ideas with products that I'm featuring all week, both in my Facebook Lives and on my blog. So let me switch my phone down and show you what I have in store for you today. I'm going to wait just a minute to give people a chance to find me. There's my friend Myra. I know I can always count on you. You're always the first one on here, so good to quote unquote see you. Thank you for joining in today. I'm going to wait just a couple minutes so that hopefully some other people can find me. And I'm going to reach up here and grab. These are the projects that I made on Monday. I know some of you will be watching this during replay, so I'm probably just going to go ahead. I made these cards, and I am featuring the Lots of Hearts stamp set and the Many Heart dies this week. Hi, Colleen. How are you? And then this is the third card. I made these 3 cards on Monday. You can watch the replay. You can find the replay from my Facebook Live on Monday and watch how I put these all together. You can also go to my blog at lauramilligan.com, and I have the information for each of these cards there as well. And what I do is next week when I go live on Facebook, I will have a drawing. I do it before I go live, but I do a random drawing. Anyone that leaves a comment or shares my Facebook Live, their name will be entered into a random drawing just to win these cards, and I put them in the mail to you. So if you're interested in that, leave a comment, share my Facebook Live. I would appreciate that. Okay, so I have 2 really cute cards to share for you today. And I am featuring, I want to bring this in and show you. I am featuring this is from the January to June mini catalog, Lots of Heart stamp set and Many Heart dies. And you know, I mentioned on Monday, I do realize Valentine's Day is past, but there's really, other than the shape of the heart, there's really nothing referring to Valentine's in this at all. Hi, Marcia. And I think hearts, like I said on Monday, hearts are my favorite shape. I love hearts, and I think it's really important to tell people you love them all year round, not just on Valentine's Day. So this is a kind of bundle that will help you share the love. Today I'm also using the Love You Always Specialty Designer Series paper, and that is part of the Love You Always Suite. You can see it right here in the catalog. Really, really pretty paper in 3 different colors and 3 different patterns. Really pretty. So that's what I'm going to use today. So I'll set that aside. So my first card, this is my first card. Yeah, it is. Hi, Linda. It is great for weddings. So this one is kind of fun. It's kind of a little pop-up. So I'm using that specialty paper, and when you open it up, these little hearts are on the inside. So these are all popped up with dimensionals. So let me show you how I put this together. This was fun. This was fun. Okay. Have all my parts and pieces here. And what I want to do, what I did was I lightly attached this piece of specialty paper to my card front, and then I used this die and positioned that right there like that and ran it through. And I have my adorable little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Look how cute this is. I brought it in today. Now I'm not going to be able, if this is only like 3 or 4 inches wide, so I'm not going to be able, obviously to put this whole piece in, but I wanted to show you how easy this is. This is just, it's cute. I think it's perfect for when you're stamping, if you go to a retreat and, you know, an overnight retreat, or to a crop, if you're just sitting at your table and you want just a, you know, to be able to do some quick, easy dies. This is a great tool to have. Comes with the cutting plates like our big cut and emboss machine does, and they're all numbered, which makes it really easy. So I'm going to start with number 1. That is what I need to use for my framelits. And then I use 2 of the number 2 plates. All that information is right here on the base. It shows number 1 and 2 of number 2. It makes it really easy. So I'm going to get this set up, and I have a piece of this paper here, and I'm going to just bring this in. This is not quite long enough, but you will get the idea. Oh, you know what? Here's a piece. I thought I cut one that was longer. Let me grab this. I'll just switch it here. Okay. Thanks, Colleen. I think it's pretty too, and it's, you know, it's fun to switch things up a little bit. All right, so I'm going to make my sandwich, and I'm going to go ahead and crank this through. Whoops. Once I get it going here, make sure this is set up right. Okay, so I'm going to crank it through. And it's going to cut out all those hearts. And what's fun about this is you just snap it shut. So it's going to just take up a small little area on your workspace. Okay. So I have all these hearts now. This is kind of staticky. Okay. So I'm going to take those off, and then so you get, here's the, you know, the die cut piece, which I am going to use. And then you have all these hearts. And not only do you have the solid hearts, but you also have these little outlines. And there's some that are still in the die. So what I'm going to do is just take your pick tool. Normally I use the putty end, but for this, I'm going to use just the pokey end and just quickly poke the holes that are in the dies that are actually made to get these little pieces out. So I'll poke those out. Okay, so I've got all of those out now. I'll set my die aside. And actually, I have a little bag, and I'm just saving all these little parts and pieces, the outlines and everything. So I'm going to set this aside a minute. So when I did this, like I said, I put this whole thing through my big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I ran it back and then forth. And I did that because I was going through 2 layers, both the designer paper and the card front, and I really had no trouble doing that. So let's see. Okay. So then what I did was I took this shape and I went ahead and used dimensionals and added each one of those in these little pieces. And I think you get the idea on how to do that. I just put dimensionals on the back and filled them in. There's big ones and small ones, a couple different sizes. I'm going to pull these outline pieces out. Because I'm going to save these for my next card I'm going to be showing you. Okay. Set those aside a minute. So basically I just put all of these hearts in there, popped them up, and then to do this heart, I die cut that with this heart shape. This is one of the small ones in the set of dies. Look at these dies. Look how cute they are. There's a swirly little heart. There's a butterfly, a couple different sizes of hearts. Some of these I used on Monday. This scallop heart is one of my favorites. And then there are some more detailed designs, like this is a floral image that fits inside these hearts Just super cute. And then my favorite little bird is there as well. So let me show you how I did this part. I just used my Whisper White twine, and I've used so much of this lately I had to open a new packet today. Yes, Marcia, I love that the plates are numbered too. It makes it so easy. And, you know, we used to always, so many people would ask, what's the sandwich? What's the sandwich? How, you know, what combination of plates do I need? And that takes all the guesswork out of it. It makes it super, super easy. And you were not the only one that needed that help. I think all of us did. All right, I'm going to open this up and I'm going to add a little bit of baker's twine behind my heart. There's a couple different ways you can do this. What I'm going to do today is just put a little bit of my seal on the back of my heart. And then I'm just going to make some loops. So I'm going to start down here. And the adhesive is helping hold this in place and just going to help me. I'm going to go there. Whoops, and I'm going to come over here, do a couple loops. It's sticky, which is what you want it to be. I'll do a loop here. Then I'm going to go back and do another loop. And there's really no right or wrong. Sometimes I use dimensionals to hold these little loops in place. Sometimes I just use my adhesive. And I think the more you do these, the more comfortable you get with them. And then I always like to take a peek at the front to make sure it's the way I want it to be. I'm actually going to pull these down here a little bit so they're more at the side. There we go. All right, then I'll just snip this off. And then I'm going to use dimensionals to hold this in place. So let me grab my dimensionals. And that's just going to go on my card front there like that. And then to attach the or to add some color to it, I used my rhinestones, and let me see if I can pull out my Rococo Rose. This is my dark Rococo Rose, and I wanted it all to match. It's kind of a monochromatic card, and so I'm going to take my Stampin' Blend. This is the dark one. I'm just going to color a couple different sizes of these rhinestones, and I'm going to give those a minute just to set. Let the blend dry. But it's nice that way because you can make these rhinestones any color that you want. Okay, so that would go on my card front just like that, right there like that. And then I'll do my stamping of my words. Just a little note. This is a photopolymer stamp set, so you know I'm going to bring in my mat. This is the deluxe foam mat that is part of the Stamparatus. And then you can get these little grid sheets too, which protect the surface. But anytime I'm using a photopolymer stamp, I like to use this mat. And I'm just going to stamp this in Tuxedo Black ink. This mat provides the cushion. Okay, and then I'm just going to angle these edges. Like that. And that will go right on my card front. I'll attach that there. And position that. That'll go right on my card front. And then I will just add my 3 Rococo Rose rhinestones. They're sparkly and pretty. And we cover up my ink. And so that's how I put this card together. And you could put, if you wanted to, you could put, of course, a greeting on this side. It wouldn't show and it would be sweet, or you can just sign your name. But I thought this was a really sweet card. I love this paper. I think it's just beautiful. And again, I love hearts. So that is card number 1. So I'm going to set these parts and pieces aside here. And then after I did this, I realized I had all these cute little outlines of hearts. And so I wanted to think of something that I could do with those. So let me bring in my other little packet here. Okay. So I have gone ahead and done some of the prep work for this. So I have a panel. This is Designer Series paper, and I'm going to go ahead and just add that on my card front first. You could actually use either side. Not much of this is going to show. I cut this just so that it's just a bare little hint of color there. I like this side with all the words on it too. Okay. Then I've gone ahead and embossed this. This is with the Tasteful Texture embossing folder, also known as the paper towel embossing folder. I'm going to put that down next. Okay, so that's going to be next. And then I'm going to make like a clothesline. And I'm just going to, well, first I'm going to tie a bow. Then, I don't want it too big of a bow, just a little bow. That's probably good. Okay, then I'm going to take, I'm going to snip this, I don't need it quite that long. I'm going to take these hearts and just string them on my little clothesline. And I'm going to put different sized ones on here. This is a fun idea. I thought this was kind of cute. I hope you like it too. So again, I'm just going to thread some of these on here like this, and I'm going to have some hanging down, some going widthwise. One of these actually cuts out with 2 hearts together, so I think I'll put that one next. And I'm just creating a little like clothesline, little string of hearts. So I'm going to keep going. I think I'll put a little one next. Just going to fill this in. Put about 6 or 7 of these on here. So like that one, I maybe want to go this way. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this whole thing up. And then what I want to do is take my Tombow glue, and I am just going to put a teeny tiny dot on these because I want to be sure that they stay in place, but I want them to be loose. I didn't really want to attach them flush to the card front. So what I'm going to do is just take, like I'm going to move this one aside. Actually, first thing I'm going to do is take it off my card front. I'm going to use my scrap paper here, and I'm just going to add a teeny dot of glue on that linen thread, or baker's twine, I'm sorry. And that's going to hold that in place. Then I'm going to do the same thing with this, and I think this is easier to do on a flat surface. So I'm just adding teeny bit of glue, and I'm going to spread these little hearts all across this string. baker's twine. And the nice thing is too, you can position them however you want them to be. Okay. So I'm just going to go on. I know, Linda, I'm not a big fan of glue either, but I will tell you, the more you use it, the more I use it, the more I am comfortable with it. And especially for something like this. So I'm just going across, just adding a little bit. I always think of, some of you remember Dippity-Doo if you're my age. They used to say, what, a little dab will do ya? That's aging me, I know. But so anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. And really, Linda, if you just, I'm barely touching this on my baker's twine. I'm gonna put one more on here. I just think these are sweet. It's just a sweet little thing, whoops, to do with these leftover hearts. Don't want to throw them away. They're too pretty. So again, there's my little glue, and I'm just going to touch that right on there like that. Then you want to set this aside to dry for a minute. So I'm going to go ahead. Look how cute. I'm just going to pick that up and set this aside. I have one that I have already done. It's already dried, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 7 of those on that little string. And now I'm going to bring my card front back in. And the next thing I did, I don't think this, yeah, there's no glue on there. I use such a teeny bit of glue. So that's going to go right along here. And I'm going to take a glue dot. You can use your take your pick tool for this. I normally just use my fingers. My fingers, they always, you know, a good chef will say these are the best tools you have in your kitchen, and I think they are probably the best tools you have in your craft arsenal as well. So I'm going to just scrunch that glue dot up a little bit and just rest my bow there like that. And then this is going to be like this. And I'm just positioning that kind of where I want it. Then I took this bird die, and it is so sweet. And anyone that knows me know I love birds. And I love this die because, well, first because it's a cute bird, but also because they have attached, it's one piece, and the piece cuts out both the bird and the wings. So here's my little bird. They even have her little eye even comes out, which is good. I'm going to poke that out. Okay. And then I thought I would add a little bit of color to her just to give her some dimension. Here's her wing. And I'm just using Balmy Blue, light and dark Balmy Blue blends. Balmy Blue blends. How about that for a mouthful? I'm just going to add a little bit on the bottom of her wing. And I think I'll add some to her beak. Okay. Maybe a little bit along her tail as well. Then I'm going to take my light. Well, that was the light. Now I'm going to take the dark and just add a little more along here, just to highlight that wing. And I think I'm going to put just a little bit there like that. Okay. There's my sweet little bird. And then I'll just put her wing in place, and for that I'll use a little mini dimensional. You can do it, Linda. If I can do it, I know you can. All right, so there's my little sweet little bird, and I wanted to make this look like she was on the other end of this twine. So she's kind of pulling this string. I call it a clothesline, but she's kind of pulling this string along just right in her mouth, in her beak, like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and attach her, and I'll attach this also with a little mini dimensional. And before I put her down, I'm going to take a glue dot to just secure the other end of this string. Isn't the bird cute? I agree, Marcia. I think she's so sweet. She's just sweet. Okay, so that I'm going to put about right there, like that. And then my bird is just going to rest on that as well. I need to move her over a little bit though, so she's not poking off the, there we go. There we go. And then you have your little clothesline, and I like that it's not attached. It's just loose and just kind of hanging there. I think it's super sweet. I'm going to trim this up a little bit. And then I'm going to add some words. Sent with lots of heart is what I use for my greeting. And I'm going to bring in my black ink again. Marcia, it's either nap time or you're not babysitting today. I bet it's nap time. Okay, sent with lots of heart. And I'm just going to take my paper snips, which are over here. I'm going to trim this off a little bit. And then I'm just going to create a V. And I do that by cutting in the center and then bringing the corners up to that center point. Okay, so there I have that. And this is just going to go right down here. And you know I popped it up because I always do, right? Oh, hi, Owen. Sweet little baby. He might grow up to be a stamper, huh? That would be cool. Okay, so I'm just going to put this in place here. And there is my sweet little card. And like I said, I love these are just loose. They're just hanging there. And I think it's pretty sweet. So those are my 2 cards for today. I still have some of these left. I'll have to keep them. Like I said, I have a little bag. And actually, you know what I might do that would be cute is I'm going to open this up. And I'm going to get my glue and just add a couple dots. Teeny bit. And really, Linda, I will say the more you do it, the easier it gets. I'm just going to put that there. So that's the inside of my card. Whoops, that one got flipped around. Okay, so there's my card. And this is the other one that I made today. So these 2 cards, and again, these feature the Many Hearts dies and the Lots of Hearts stamp set. I want to just take 1 minute to show you my class. I just released this week. Give me 1 second here to pull this out. This is a masculine card class, which I think everybody loves and needs at times for the men in our lives. It's a $35 class. It is my B box for February. I had to think about what month it was. It seems like it's still January to me, but it's February. And what it includes, it's $35. It includes 6 different card kits to make one of each of 6 different layouts. And then you also get a package, half a pack of the Old World Designer Series paper, specialty paper. It has brass elements to it. It is really cute. It's kind of it has like a vintage antique-ish look to it, which I of course love. Here's the back side. And then you also get a full bolt of the braided linen trim and a full package of gilded gems. So you get all of that for $35. I also, of course, include a PDF tutorial with all the measurements, and then I do a video for each card. so that you can follow along right with me and stamp with me. It's not quite the same as being in my studio with me, but it's the next best thing, and you can do it, of course, at a time that works best for you. If you don't have the stamp set, you can add that on. I believe this one is $19, so you can add it on at the catalog price. Yes, it is $19. You can add it on at the catalog price. I will pay tax and shipping, so that gives you a little bit of a break. And the cards are really, I think they're really pretty. Whoops. Give you just a quick little sneak peek of those. Really, really pretty. I did do a slimline card. Those are so popular right now. So you'll have 6 different ideas to use with these products. And, you know, we all struggle with masculine cards. What can we send to the men in our lives? And this class will definitely fit the bill for that. So if you need registration information, you can go to my blog at lauramilligan.com. It's right here, or you of course can email me, and I'll be happy to send the registration link to you as well. So I'm just going to say goodbye for now, and thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Next week is our last week of celebration, and I will be featuring all things celebration. So some of the products that you may already have based on orders you put in, some things that maybe you haven't seen before. There's always a few things in the catalog that I think get over in the celebration brochure that get overlooked. There's some super cute things. So I'm going to be focusing on that all next week, and I look forward to sharing those ideas with you. So I hope you all have a great day. Don't forget to leave a comment or share this post so that you have a chance of being drawn to receive one of the cards I've been creating this week. So thanks again. Look forward to seeing you on Monday. And as always, I hope you have time to be creative today. Bye-bye, everybody.